What's up guys, it's Average All making average content for the average viewer, and today we are back again on the Battlefield 2042 beta. Now, before I go too far into this video, I do just want to say that I am in no way being negative within this video about Battlefield 2042 as a whole. There are a few things that I will address in a later video that I am a little bit concerned about, but on the whole, I am still extremely positive and extremely excited to see where this game goes in the future. Look, I know that there are a lot of people complaining about the optimization and the bugs, and yes, this is so frustrating, but comparing it to other games like Call of Duty for example, where they only have a year-long lifespan, so after 3 months of playing the game like COD, you are going to be bored and the player base is going to drop off. But with something like Battlefield, I mean, with Battlefield 4, we've still seen huge player numbers, and that game's like 8 years old. So yes, there are some annoyances and some gripes that I do have with this beta, but on the whole, I am still super excited for what this game has to offer. Now, that being said, there is one feature, one gameplay mechanic within this game that I feel like so much of the community is already getting so frustrated with. And what's almost more frustrating about this is it is something that I think is actually part of their marketing strategy and something that they have actively touted as being a good thing. And that is, of course, the AI bots in Battlefield 2042. Now look, I'm all for having 1, 2, 3 or even 4 bots per game to slowly fill those numbers whilst we wait for other people to join the server. That's absolutely fine, and the way that they said it in the presentation, the way that they've been saying about AI bots throughout the whole build up to Battlefield 2042 is that they were only going to be used as either a placeholder so that every game had the right amount of people in it, or so you could play in your own private match with you and your friends, or just you solo purely against bots as a means of practice. However, what a lot of people have been seeing within the games they've been playing in this beta is that sometimes you've got like 20 to 30 bots per game. That's nearly like a fifth to a quarter of the whole entire lobby being filled with AI bots. Now, when you're saying that a game is 128 players, then when some of those players aren't even real, I'm not sure that that makes sense. And I don't know why this is the case, considering this is the beta, so many people must be trying to play this game. I don't really understand why we're seeing so many bots within each server sort of midway through the game. I'd understand it if it was right at the beginning, where people with perhaps slower systems, slower PCs, wouldn't be loading into the game as quick as someone with an SSD. However, when we're 10 minutes into the game, surely by that time, these places should be filled. Now, one possible explanation for this is the fact that this is a beta, so they might be testing out the AI itself and getting some information about how it's going to be implemented and how they're going to be balanced correctly within the game, which is fine. However, going back to some older points that we've discussed about EA DICE, maybe a little bit more communication on this point to tell us that this isn't how bots will be implemented in the future, well, maybe that wouldn't go amiss. But since we have none of that communication, we have to take this sort of at face value for what it is, and the way that we are seeing it at the moment is there's actually quite a lot of bots per game. Now, me personally, I've majoritively been playing the Battlefield 2042 beta at between 6 and 10 PM. This means that for the most part, I haven't actually seen that many bots within my games. However, everywhere I look on Twitter and every streamer I watch is complaining about how many bots there are. So why is this a bad thing? Why is it that we are so discontented with having these bots in the game? Well, I can think of a few reasons. For starters, at any point where you're on somewhat of a roll and you're having a good game, and maybe you pull off a really nice clip, you get 4 headshots in a row, grapple hook onto a helicopter, and then rocket launcher out the side, you know, some crazy Battlefield shit. Well, the legitimacy of that clip is always going to be questioned if 2 of those headshots happen to be bots. There's nothing you can do as a player to combat that, and the thing is, whether you're posting this clip or not, the fact that you found out that they are bots after the fact really sort of puts a dampener on the whole experience for yourself. Now, not only this, I'm a little bit concerned about the XP values for both your weapon XP and your player XP that you get from killing these bots. Now look, the problem is, if for example it is exactly the same amount of experience for killing a regular player as it is a bot, then this could be easily exploited. You see, during the first few weeks of a game is always the most fun because everyone is learning it and everyone is on the same level playing field. Now, Usually you will get a few sweats that have been up all night every night for 3 weeks straight on a diet of nothing but cocaine and G Fuel, but for the majority of the games you get into, the majority of the players that you meet will be on about the same level and the same playing field as you. However, if it gets to the point where killing bots, for example, gets you the same amount of experience points as actually killing a human player, then wouldn't it be possible for a player to spoof their VPN to a region that is less populated at that time of day? For example, if you're playing here at 6 PM in the UK, then why not spoof it to the East Coast of America where it's 8 hours behind and there's going to be less players to fill the pool, therefore you'll get more bots and easy kills, which is going to boost your level a hell of a lot quicker. Now, on the flip side of that, what if there is, say, half XP for these bots? Well, if that's the case, then say it's the same scenario as what I've just described, whereby I'm playing at 6 PM in UK time. The player base is completely active and every single game I get into is going to be absolutely chock-a-block with real players. This means that every kill I get is going to be worth the same amount of points. And so for every 25 minutes to half an hour of gameplay that I end up having during that evening session, it's all going to relatively equate to the same amount of XP every time. However, what if you can only play early in the morning, say 8 o'clock till 11 o'clock every morning if you do shift work? Well, at that time in the morning, less players will be on, so more of your games are going to be filled up with these AI bots. What this could mean is potentially for the 2 hours worth of gameplay you play, you'd have to get double the amount of kills against bots and able to be leveling up at the same rate as everybody else in the world. Now, obviously, I'm sure EA DICE have thought of something that can combat this, but at the moment, with the sheer amount of bots that we are seeing, I really am a little bit concerned about this, and I hope that we get some sort of clarification and communication from EA DICE, but let's be honest, I'm not holding my breath on that. Now look, like I said at the beginning of the video, this isn't a complete reflection of how I feel about Battlefield 2042. However, as much as I want to make some really good positive commentaries and some good positive videos about Battlefield 2042, I really feel like I should do my due diligence and actually report on some of the things that I am concerned about the game, rather than just shilling it and saying that everything is great. Because if someone stumbles across my videos and they don't know whether they should buy Battlefield 2042, I really think that they should have a broad understanding of what this game is about, both the good things and the issues that may be coming with it. But anyway, that's about all I wanted to say about the bots in Battlefield 2042, and I'd really like to hear your opinion. For those of you who have watched my videos for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. What do you think about the AI bots in this game? Is it a massive win for you, or is it something that you could do without? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.